Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Warrior 3 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last episode, Prince Ernie and his companions Tennison, Indy, and Sadie gathered the Sword of Kings and the Shield of Heroes. Two important items they were told they would need if they wanted to confront the archfiend Zoma. Now they're off to grab the last of the three important items, the Armor of Radiance, which is in the tower to the west of Cole. They didn't head there earlier, even though they were told that the armor was in there pretty early, because that tower is also the place where Rubiss, the spirit who created this world, is cursed as a stone statue. In order to free her from her curse, we needed the fairy flute. We just learned that the fairy flute was in Cole last episode. A woman in Hoxton said, check 4 paces below the bath in Cole, and you'll find the fairy flute there. So it's the same location it was in Dragon Warrior 1. So, now that we have the fairy flute, we can head over there and free Rubiss. That'll hopefully allow her to help us out, give us her blessing that the magician, I'm going to say the sage, down in the southern shrine requires of us before he creates the rainbow drop out of the stones of sunlight and the staff of rain. This is our tower here. It's not too, the big tricky thing about this tower is that there's these new floor tiles. You kind of got to rotate your controller in order to navigate them, so it's kind of tricky. Luckily they give you a little bit of room to kind of practice on at first, so you can kind of see how you're how to rotate your controller. Basically, when you rotate it, it's like 2 arrows. It's a diamond, and one of the arrows, one side is colored like light gray, the other one is a darker gray. You basically want to turn your controller so that your up arrow matches the light color. So that way, you know, you have to move left and right. You might have to press them down or up, or down and up is left and right. But yeah, it's basically gonna have to rotate your control, like I said, 90 degrees to match the thing. Once you know how to do that, and the trick about it, they ain't too bad. But what's bad there was Tennison's Stone of Life's cracked, but it saved her from those mimics. Luckily, we don't have too many mimics to deal with in here. We'll be able to get rid of our angel robes after this dungeon here. So this is a good place to grind for experience, because on the upper floors there's a lot of metal babbles. They come in large groups. If you have a spell later on called Be Dragon, it's a wizard spell, but the sage also learns it because they learn both things. I think they get it at level 38 potentially, is the lowest level. But if you cast that, you'll turn into a big dragon. In the next round, you breathe fire. Any babble that's still around when you breathe the fire is going to be defeated. So it's a good way, I said, to gain experience. If there's like 7 metal babbles that appear, which is the max amount, and they don't decide to flee, you can get a lot of good experience there. So I'm going to transfer that Stone of Life over to Tennison, because we're going to get an item in here that basically will prevent Prince Ernie from being affected by instant death spells. So just step on the thing, rotate the controller so that the up arrow is in the direction of the light arrow, and then just move up. I make sure I always look to see where, before I head up, make sure I see what the arrow that I'm going to step on looks like. That way, while I'm on the tile, I'm not looking, oh, which way is it going, so. You could, of course, avoid all those little things by just casting Step Guard to walk around walk on the damage tiles, but I'm saving my MP. This tower ain't that long, though, so you probably don't need to save MP. Maybe Prince Ernie should have kept that Stone of Life. That's okay, because he's never really left the party, except for that one point where we sent Tennison by herself in the cave, so get a blue orb, not herb. But yeah, he's been with us the entire time, so he's ahead of everybody else in terms of experience. Which is good because the hero level's the slowest. So that's why a bunch of our characters have different levels, because every character levels differently. So usually the more powerful ones level slower. So that's why our Sage there is really, really low. And we finish off that Mimic. Tennison's critical hits coming in handy there. Fighters always have the highest critical hit rate because once they pass level 5, because everybody else has a set rate of 1 out of 64. Unless you have a special item like the Demon Axe, which has a 1 in 8 chance of being a critical hit. But the fighters is always their level divided by 256. So let's check this out here. Bunch of acorns of life. We'll always be saving our status increasing items until the end. Probably give it to Prince Ernie. Throw away that moon orb. That removes the the paralysis, but we don't really need to worry about that. We have several characters with the numb off spell. We gotta make some room for our inventory for the rest of this treasure. So, woohoo! Now all we have left, the only other treasure we have here is, that's why I only had to get rid of one thing, was the only treasure I have left in here is the Armor of Radiance. This is going to be above, 2 floors above, but it's going to be, you're going to have to deal with more of these things, these tiles, these rotating tiles. But this is good practice because these tiles are also featured heavily in Zoma's castle, so you might as well learn how to deal with them here because they're going to be a staple trap in the archfiend's castle. I'm going to head on up here, and the Armor of Radiance is kind of in the middle. Luckily, as soon as you get the Armor of Radiance, you can take a shortcut and hop back down into the middle hole, and that'll take us to where we want to end up going to. We want to end up in the head up the left side of the tower. So this tower is basically, to get to the top, we have to climb halfway up the tower, then drop down to the bottom floor again, and then climb up like the back end of the tower. I don't know why we just couldn't enter the back end at the beginning, but that's the way the game is programmed. We can't walk around the tower. Can't walk the perimeter. So we have to go all the way halfway up and then down and then back up some staircases in the back end. But luckily the back end is pretty short. So most of it's like usually like one small little room, one screen rooms going up. So it won't take us too long to get up it. Another Mimic. Getting tired of these guys, but luckily there's not too many more of them. There's I think only 2 of them and 2 or 3 in Zoma's castle. We'll have some stones of life for that. I will end up getting rid of those angel robes, even though I'll still have them to fight. Those little ones that will fight, because between episodes here, between this episode and the next episode, I'm going to just do a little bit of level grinding to get the characters up to get Prince Ernie and Sadie up to level 41. That's where they learn their last spells. And that'll allow Sadie to do the final class transformation, change into the soldier, so that we'll be able to see how the soldier functions in this playthrough. That's the last class that we have yet to play with. So they're basically just your tank. They use heavy armor and heavy weaponry to deal a lot of damage, where the fighter uses their agility and martial arts to deal damage and stay alive. Just checking out our things there. That's why some of the equipment is already being passed down to Sadie. Other stuff we'll end up getting in the vault, but I'll point everything out that I get when that time comes. So. just head this way. Not much longer. I said toward the top of the tower, this is a good place where you'd want to start level grinding on the top floor. Because that's where you can run into the multiple metal babbles. There's also another enemy up there that we can run into that we are going to run into. The green dragons. Yep, it's Dragon Warriors, so you're going to have dragons. But unlike Dragon Warrior 1 that had blue and red dragons, this one is like Dragon Warrior 2 that only has green dragons. But just like Dragon Warrior 2, these green dragons are tough. They can breathe fire, hit everybody in your party with that fire breath. Luckily though, they only have a 30% resistance to the defeat spell. So we're going to cast that and hopefully have them fail all their resistance checks. That'll wipe them out real easily. So they a lot of the tougher enemies. That's nice in the game. A lot of the tougher enemies in the game are susceptible to the defeat spell. So yeah, there's the big damaged breath. So you actually, if you run into 4 of them or get ambushed by a group of 4 of them, and they all go first and decide to breathe breath, you're probably gonna lose a character or 2 maybe. Even with like magic resistance, like the magic armor, to reduce breath damage. So, but we took care of those dragons, and now we're going to take care of the coast on Rubiss. So there's the statue that she was turned into. You just have to play the fairy flute, like we were told, and that'll hopefully break the enchantment. Prince Ernie blows the fairy flute. And lo and behold, the rumors are correct, and there's Rubiss. It's like a dream come true. You have broken the seal. I am the spirit Rubiss, who created this land of Alefgard. As a token of my gratitude, I shall give you the sacred amulet. And if you vanquish the master archfiend, I shall repay my debt of gratitude someday. I am the spirit Rubiss. I yearn for the return of peace to the country. So that amulet is an item. You can use it like an item, kind of like the meteorite armband, and that protects you against instant death spells. So we'll end up putting that on Prince Ernie and using it. But we need to clear up some inventory here. So let's, now that we have that amulet, we can also head down to the shrine to the south of Mildar and get our Stones of Sunlight and Staff of Rain combined into the Rainbow Drop. So, getting really lucky here. No one's fighting us on the sea. So, which is weird because I would like to get into a lot of accounts. Like I said, I want to get those levels for Sadie and Prince Ernie so they max out their spell list. And hopefully while I'm then going through Zoma's castle, I'll be able to finish leveling off for Indy, be able to see all the spells. So now the sunshine and rain will meet, and we get the Rainbow Drop. And just like Dragon Quest 1, we're going to have to head to the little strip of land, a little beach to the west of Mildar, and use it there to cross over the little one-tile gap to get to the Archfiend's castle. But before we do that, let's drop off some of our items here, mainly all those seeds that we picked up in the tower. We'll also probably pick up a few items just to prepare for Sadie for her transformation. We don't need the fairy flute anymore. We won't need the sword edge armor either. Sadie's final gear will be the dragon mail, so I'll have to buy that from Hawksness. That gives protection from some of the, from magic and some breath. She'll get the Shield of Strength that we bought earlier that Prince Ernie was using. She'll have the Demon Axe, because as when it hits, that 1/8 chance to critical hit. It misses a lot, but the critical hit is going to be really helpful against boss battles and potentially babbles. And helmet, you'll have to go back to Lancel to buy the Iron Mask, which is the best helmet for the soldier. So you know, all that stuff will end up picking up. And like I said, that'll be our last class transformation. And even though like she'll be back to level 1 by the time we're gonna start assaulting Archfiend Zoma's castle, it shouldn't matter too much because her stats are still gonna be really high for a level 1 character. And most of the soldiers, unlike the fighter, most of their defense and attack power isn't going to come from their level, but from their equipment that they use. So with all that good gear that we'll be holding for her, she'll still have good defense, good hit points, decent strength, and the ability to deal damage. So it worked out nice that you know, rather than transforming Tennison into the soldier, we turned her into a fighter, because back then we didn't have the money to afford all that good equipment, and turning someone into a fighter now would be not very useful for them in terms of survival and damage output in Zoma's castle. So let's just stay here at the inn, heal ourselves up, and then we'll save one last time with the King of Alefgard, because our adventure is almost to a close. All we have left is to use the Rainbow Bridge and then confront the Archfiend in his castle. So we should probably tell the king that, you know, he's pretty upset. You know, he's lost all his power here. Yeah, remember he said that he's tired because of when he heard that disappointing news. So yeah, if you want to save her, you have to talk with the Chancellor. So, but we'll do that. And then we'll be back, like I said, between episodes I'm going to do that level grinding to get the final spells for Prince Ernie and Sadie, and then I'll do my class change, and I'll be ready for this party to confront the Archfiend. Take care, have a good one, see you later, bye.